Conor McGregor has a net worth of $180 million. That's enough to buy over 6 million bottles of his signature Proper 12 whiskey. But what does this hugely successful MMA fighter spend his fortune on? Watch till the end, as some of Conor's spending habits will surprise you. Number 10. Jimmy Choos. Jimmy Choo is a high fashion brand that sells everything from luxury handbags to perfume to shoes. $750 shoes to be precise. Conor owns a tasteful pair of these Jimmy Choos that he can wear whenever he needs to. Crash a press conference, or meet his adoring fans, or just slip something on to take the rubbish out. Although $750 is a drop in the ocean for Conor, it's still super extravagant to wear more than the average American weekly salary on your feet. Number 9. $100,000 worth of alcohol. Did you ever agree to something on a whim without really realizing what you just offered? Yeah, I'll pay for that meal. Yeah, I'll join you on that hike. I suspect Conor McGregor may know this feeling a little too well. After his successful loss against Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor made a minimum of $30 million, and in order to celebrate his 10th round defeat, he went to a party in Las Vegas. It was at one of the Las Vegas parties where he agreed to pay for everybody's drinks for the entire night. Clearly, some people went a little overboard, or maybe the party was just absolutely massive. But either way, Conor ended up footing a $100,000 bill for one night. It must have been a tough morning for Conor when he woke up hungover and remembered he just spent $100,000 giving other people liver problems. Number 8. Sweary Suit. Conor McGregor does have a tendency to be a little rude in some situations.
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give up.
But you really have to commend his dedication to rudeness in this example. McGregor spent $6,500 on a pinstripe suit with a very sweary phrase on it, or alternatively with you written on the stripes. Who this expletive is directed at, we will never know. But what I would like to know is how he came up with the concept. Did he get bored of saying it? Or was it to help keep his personal space, like, if you're reading this, you're too close?
Don't touch me.
Number 7. Bright Orange McLaren. The $230,000 orange McLaren MP4 12C is the perfect car for Conor. It's loud, it's bright, and it's notoriously fast, with a top speed of 207 miles per hour. This is not McGregor's only car. We've seen him with Rolls-Royces, Lamborghinis, and a DeLorean, but the McLaren is possibly the best culmination of speed, style, and extravagance out of all of his significant car collection. Oh, wait a minute! Never mind. I've just been informed he owned a Vauxhall Astra, so the McLaren is a close second. Number 6. Gucci Fur Coat. McGregor believes that when you dress well, you perform well. And considering his incredible success, that's a hard claim to dispute. He took this attitude into his press conference tour with Floyd Mayweather during their world tour. During the show in Brooklyn, McGregor came out wearing this exotic mix of colors and hues with a $30,000 Gucci fur coat draped over his shoulders. Of course, it looks fantastic. The snakes on the back of the coat arch around the shoulders, and the cream white looks incredibly fluffy. But what is more impressive than the fashion is the comfort levels of the coat. That fur coat is a 3-in-1. It's a fashion statement, a coat, and a big blanket wrapped into one. Number 5. The Caramel Galaxy. The Rolex Skydweller is the most complicated watch Rolex has ever made. So it makes sense that McGregor has one. And not just any Skydweller. McGregor's Skydweller is a rose gold Rolex with a chocolate brown dial. A very similar watch is currently on the market for over $43,000, if any of you happen to have the $50,000 lying around. Conor has labeled the watch the Caramel Galaxy, which is not the technical name, but personally, I think if you spend over $30,000 on a watch, you can call it whatever you want. Number 4. Gold pocket watch. You know, stuff is getting expensive when it's not valued on money, but on the amount of lives lost during the process of making it. During an interview about his future in the UFC, Conor casually mentioned that 3 people died making the pocket watch. I can't work out what exactly the brand of watch is or exactly who designed it, but it's fair to say with an introduction like that, the watch is probably pretty special. I doubt people have actually died making the watch, because if so, that timepiece is 1000% haunted. But the essence of the comment is the same. I have so much money, people give up their lives for my style. Number 3. $10,000 on tailoring. Getting a suit fitted in itself is a pretty expensive process, between $1,000 and $5,000 for a great suit from a prestigious designer. Conor goes above and beyond in this aspect of fashion as well. Conor spends an eye-watering $10,000 on every suit fitting, which makes me wonder, what's the extra $5,000 worth of value? Maybe they chisel the suit out of marble? Or do it in under a minute, like a Formula 1 pit stop? Number 2. Training. Conor doesn't just spend money on lavish clothes and deadly watches. He actually spends a significant amount of money on training camps going into fights. Prior to his second fight against Nate Diaz, McConnor spent over $300,000 on a training camp. Clearly, McGregor was motivated to beat his opponent in this fight after Nate beat him in the previous fight. McGregor's training dearly paid off as he won the second fight, regaining his notoriety and showing his ability to evolve as a fighter in the process. However, we wonder how much McConnor is spending on his training camps these days, with losses to Khabib Nurmagomedov and Dustin Poirier. Number 1. Housing. McGregor possibly spends most of his money on this final category. The Irish MMA fighter has properties in many different places throughout the world, including a mansion in Dublin, which has a very similar frontage to Michael's mansion in GTA. Conor also has an incredible home in Marbella, Spain. The property has a huge pool with a balcony overlooking it. I don't want to make assumptions, but I'm pretty sure Conor has tried backflipping off of the balcony at least once. I would, especially if I had the money to pay for the spinal surgery I'd need when I missed. Which item would you own if money was no object? Let us know in the comments.